I think that after watching Avexis last year for $8 billion, Spark today for $4.5, $5 billion, I think it's consistent with our thesis. I think you are going to see continued pharma interest in gene therapy. I think what was notable about some of the speculation was that there was a second bidder for Spark. And third, I think that there's a whole host of companies that are mid to late stage companies that are analogous to Spark. And I think those could be in the mix over the next 12 or 18 months. Absolutely.
Which ones are the most likely? I mean, we're seeing many of them soar in today's session. Bluebird's up 14%. BioMarin's up 4.5%. You got to look at Sangamo also for hemophilia. There's so many out there, Michael. Which ones are you looking at most closely?
So I think the ones that are most fully integrated and probably most amenable with the whole host of manufacturing and technology in the pipeline probably are the BioMarins, the Bluebirds, even Sarepta, SRPT, and then some of the smaller ones that probably will never be a standalone if they get the drug approved include Nightstar, NITE, and even Axovant Gene Therapies, AXGT. So whole host of companies that are very analogous to Spark.
But how many of these BioMarins up 5% today, Michael? This takeover premium must be priced into at least some degree, right? This isn't a surprise.
You know, what's remarkable is that a lot of these companies that we're talking about are down 10, 25, 30% off the highs. You know, Spark was down 50% over the last 6 or 7 months. And what you're seeing, and consistent with some of the deals that have happened over the last couple months, are all those companies were down and then they get taken out. So if you look at some of these like Bluebird, which is down a lot off the highs, BioMarin as well, a lot of these companies are off the highs, and those are when they're most amenable to be taken out. So while, yes, some of them are moving today, if you have a multi-year time frame, which I know obviously Roche does have, there is a long-term pipeline here with a lot more stuff, and that's what justifies the premium.
Who needs to do the acquiring, Michael? I mean, Roche seems to still be in the game, according to the CEO. He said that we'll continue to invest in the space.
Yeah. So I think there are 3 or 4 major players that I think data points suggest are probably still in the mix. And like I said, there was probably another bidder for Spark. One of those is obviously Novartis. Novartis, which acquired Avexis for one program last year. And I think that Novartis was actually partnered with Spark on the approved retinal ophthalmology drug. So I think Novartis was one of those players and looking to add more. Secondly was Pfizer, which did a gene therapy acquisition about 1.5 years, 2 years ago called Bamboo. They're definitely interested in orphan gene therapy products. So I think those are 2 of the other players. And I wouldn't be surprised if even big biotech like Biogen or Vertex would be interested in some of the smaller ones. They're absolutely interested in orphan plays and some of these new cutting edge technologies, and they certainly have the cash to do it.